Hello everyone, we are going to find shortest path of a graph by Dijkstra's algorithm. Let this be the graph where S is the starting vertex and T is the destination vertex. We have to find the shortest distance and shortest path from S to T. In Dijkstra's algorithm, shortest path and shortest distance can be found by constructing a table. But in this problem, we shall show that the shortest path can be found by Dijkstra's algorithm without constructing any table. In this algorithm, every vertex will be given a temporary label which is the distance of that vertex from the starting vertex S, and for different paths there will be different labels for every vertex, and we shall compute minimum of those labels, and that will be the permanent level of that vertex. That is the shortest distance of that vertex from the starting vertex. So let us start. First of all, consider the vertex S. This is our starting vertex. So we first select this vertex S, and we shall give a temporary level which will be the permanent level of this vertex S. And here we give permanent level, that means we are writing this level within a box. That means distance from S to S is 0 unit, which is obvious. Now in the next step, we shall consider all the vertices which are adjacent to S. So here you see that there are three vertices A, B, C which are adjacent to S. First of all, consider A, and what is the distance between S and A? It is 2. So here we give the temporary level S2. So what is the meaning of S2? S2 means if we move from S to A, then the distance from S to A will be 2 unit. That's why we have written S2. Next, consider the vertex B. So what is the distance between S and B? It is obviously 5. So we shall write here S5. And finally consider C. So what is the distance between S and C? It is 4. So we write here S4. Next, so these are the temporary levels of these three vertices. Next, we shall consider minimum of these three levels. So what is the minimum among these three? Which is obviously 2, S2. So we shall select this vertex A, and this S2 will be the permanent level of this vertex A. In the next step, we shall consider all the vertices which are adjacent to these two selected vertices. Here you see that there are two vertices B and D which are adjacent to A apart from S, and there are two more vertices B and C which are adjacent to S. So actually there are three vertices D, B, C which are adjacent to either A or S. So we shall compute the distances of these vertices from the selected vertices. We are starting from D. Have you see that distance between A and D is 7? So what is the temporary level of D? It should be the permanent level of the previous vertex, that is S2. So 2 is the permanent level of the previous vertex and 7 is the distance, so it should be A9. Here we are writing A9 because 9 is the distance between S and D if we travel along a path via the vertex A. Next, consider the vertex B. So if we move from A to B, so what will be the distance? It should be 2 plus these 2, so it will be A4. So we shall write A4. That means 4 is the distance from S to B if we move along this path SAB. So these two are adjacent vertices of A. Next, consider the vertices which are adjacent to S. So there are two vertices B and C, and here we have already calculated the distances between S to A and S to C, and these are given by these temporary levels. So now we have four temporary levels, 4, 4, 5, 9, and we have to compute minimum of these four levels, which is obviously 4, and this appears in two cases. One is for B, that is A4, and another is for C, that is S4. We can select any one arbitrarily. Suppose we are selecting this one, so that means we are selecting this vertex B. So B is now selected, and A4, this is the permanent label of this vertex. Now consider the next step. Here we shall compute the distances of the adjacent vertices of the selected vertices. And here we see that starting from the vertex A, so there is only one adjacent vertex of A, that is D, and the temporary level A9 is already given. Next, consider the vertex B. So there are three vertices which are adjacent to B. These are D, E, C. So we shall give temporary levels to these vertices, which should be the distances of these vertices from S via B. First of all, consider D. Now what is the permanent level of B? That is A4. And what is the distance between B and D? That is 4. So what should be the temporary level of D? It should be 4 plus 4, that is equal to 8. So we shall write here B8. Because if we move from B to D, then the total distance is 8, B8. Consider E. Now what should be the temporary level of E? It should be 4 plus 3, that is 7. So since we are moving from B to E, so it should be B7. Next, consider C. So what should be the temporary level of C? It should be this 4 plus 1, that is 5. So it should be B5. Next, consider the vertex S, and there is only one vertex C which is adjacent to S, and the distance between S and C has been calculated already, that is S4. Now we have 5 temporary levels: 4, 5, 7, 8 and 9. Among them we have to find the minimum one, and we find that S4, this is the minimum. So this will be the permanent level. That means we are selecting this vertex C, and S4 is the permanent level of C. Now we have 4 vertices which are selected with 4 permanent levels. Consider the next step. Here we shall find the distances of the vertices from the selected vertices, and here we see that there are 3 vertices left, D, E and T. So first of all, consider D. So what are the adjacent vertices of D? There are 2 vertices A and B which are adjacent to D. So if we move from A to D, then the total distance is 9, that is A9 already given. If we move from B to D, then the distance should be B8, which is already given. Next, consider E. There are 2 vertices which are adjacent to E. That means there are 2 paths from S to E via B or C. So if we move from B to E, then what is the temporary level of E? It should be this 4 plus 3, that is 7, which is already given. Now if we move from C to E, then what should be the temporary level of E? Then it should be this 4 plus 4, that is 8. So we give temporary level C8. That means if we move from C to E, then the distance from S to E will be 8, C8. So now these 4 are the temporary levels because T is not adjacent to any one of the selected vertices. So these 4 levels are the temporary levels, and we have to find the minimum of these 4. And we can easily find that this one, B7, this is the minimum. So this will be the permanent level of E. That means we are selecting this vertex E. So only 2 vertices are left, D and T. So we shall find the distances of these 2 vertices from the adjacent vertices which are already selected. Now consider D. Now there are 3 paths from S to D. One is via A, one is via B, and one is via E. So distances from S to D via A and B are already calculated. That is B8 and A9. So only one path is left from E to D. Now if we move from E to D, so what should be the temporal level of D in that case? As we see that the temporal level will be 7 because this is the permanent level of E plus the distance, that is 1. So it should be E8. And finally consider T. So there is only one path, that is from E to T, because D has not been selected yet. So there is only one path from E to T. So if we move from E to T, what should be the temporal level of T? It should be 7 plus this 7. So 14. So we write here E14. And now what is the minimum value among these temporal levels? Sorry, it should be E14. Now what is the minimum value among these temporal levels? And this is 8. So there is a tie, E8, B8. So we can select any one of them. Suppose we are selecting this B8. So we are selecting this vertex D, and B8 is the permanent level of D. Now only one vertex T is remaining, and we shall compute the distance of T from the selected vertices. So there are only two distances, one is from D to T and one is from E to T. The distances from S to T via E has been calculated already, that is E14. So only one distance is left, that is from D to T. So if we move from D to T, what should be the temporal level of T? That should be this B8, that is 8 plus the distance, that is 5. So it should be D13. Now among these two distances, which one is the minimum? Obviously D13. So we shall select this D13, and that means we are selecting the edge T. So now all the vertices are selected and all are given a permanent levels. Now if you ask me what is the meaning of this permanent level of a vertex, so the answer should be, if we consider this permanent level D13 of T, that means this is the shortest distance of a path from S to D. And what is the permanent level of E? That is 7. That means 7 is the shortest distance of a path from S to E. So from this graph, we can easily compute the shortest distance of any vertex from the starting vertex S. Now in the question, we had to compute the shortest distance between S and T. Since the permanent level of T is 13, so the shortest distance is 13. Now we shall compute the shortest path, and the shortest path means we have to start from the destination vertex. Now this is the D13 is the permanent level, that means we have to move from T to D. So we are moving from T to D. Next, consider D. The permanent level of D is B8, that means we have to move from D to B. Now consider B. What is the permanent level of B? That is A4, that means we have to move from B to A. And finally from A to S. So this is one shortest path. So this is our shortest path. We are calling a shortest path because there is one more shortest path with the same shortest distance 13. In the previous step, we had considered B8. Now if we consider E8 instead of this B8, then the shortest path will be from T to D, then it will be E8. So we have to move from D to E, then from E there was B7 as the permanent level, so from E to B, and then from B to A and A to S. So there is one more shortest path, that was S to A to B to E to D to T. So this is the shortest distance, and these are the possible shortest paths. That completes the solution. Thank you.